Okay, welcome, guys. Hello. Today's coffee break. It's 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, and we are ready to get started. I'm Heather Powers from Humblebeads, and I'm going to be your host today. Today we're going to just look at a few beads that I have to add to the website. And then I have a little project idea I'm going to share with you guys. So we're going to go through things pretty quickly, and hopefully you'll feel a little inspired and ready for your holiday weekend. So yeah, I live in a tourist town, so we just don't leave the house after today until after the 4th of July, because our little town just is crazy. So I am looking forward to a relaxing weekend in my backyard. I'm going to go visit my mom a few times, and yeah, I have a room full of beautiful things to keep me inspired for the weekend too. All right. Hi, Donna, Jonalyn, Sue Woods, Barbara. Welcome. Happy Friday, you guys. You guys have 4th of July plans? Any barbecues, family events? We're taking it easy this weekend. Just no barbecue or party, which is unusual for us because we usually do, but our goal is to get our new grill put together. And so that's been on my to-do list for a few weeks, in case you remember. So hopefully that'll get done. Yay! Hi, Rosalinda, Jamie, Brenda, Susan. Welcome. All right, so I have a beautiful purple and orange and teal color palette here. It's working, right? I love it. So I'm just going to go through and tell you guys about a few things I'm adding to the website today. And Jonalyn, I like that you plan on floating in the pool. That sounds perfect. I wish I had a pool. Very badly. I have a yard big enough for one, but happy 4th of July, Candy, and hello, Kimberly, Christine, Michelle, Debbie, Ellen, hello. Yes, and we all get a nice long weekend, and we're taking it. We're going to have a weekend off. It doesn't always happen. Okay, so let's get right to the eye candy. I'm going to go through what's new here. Oh, thank you, Joellen. I'd love to come swim and make jewelry with you. That would be so fun. Hey, Cassandra Spicer, my dear friend from Beads to Live By. Can't wait to come visit you again. All right, first up we have 4mm English cut beads, and these are in a... Oh no, I just looked it up and I totally forgot. I think it's crimson with Picasso finish. It has a light pink undercoating, and then the nice earthy green Picasso finish on top. So something that's it's actually a really nice neutral. It doesn't really read pink, it reads more green with just a little bit of pink undertones, and it's lovely. I like it a lot. Kimberly, you're doing beach walking. Our little town, which usually has 5,000 residents, is going to have 20,000 people on the beach this weekend. So I will not be going to the beach. Beady pool party at Jonalyn's. Let's do it, guys. I would love that. Okay, now these little guys, I don't know why, a lot of these pieces I've had in my studio here, and I just haven't added them to the website. So they're little styles, beads that I have in all different colors, and these were just colors that I hadn't had on my website, and so that's what this 6mm melon is, and it's in a pumpkiny orange color, but I have to say I am really digging it with the tiger lily beads. So that's what my whole little inspiration here is, kind of the tiger lilies. Now let's do some hibiscus. These are 12mm hibiscus, and this is a kind of a orange root beer type color underneath with a really nice bright gold finish on top. And I'm loving those guys too. Also looking really nice with the tiger lily pieces. And these are the 12 millimeters, so these are the smaller size of the hibiscus that we have. And then I have this purple, just a really pretty transparent purple with a copper, or I don't think it's copper, I think it's bronze is the finish on top of it. So I'm going to be using these in the necklace that I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. Now, English cut, I just got these back in stock, so these aren't new, but dang it if I don't just love them to pieces and want to share them with you guys again. So these are the 10 millimeter English cut in this tea green, which is really just a really cool greenish blue under there, and so definitely high on my favorites list. Woo! I really love those. And to go with the teal theme, or bluish teal, we have some of the 6 by 8 millimeter bellflowers, and I like these because they're a little more pointy than some of the older design of the bellflowers. So these have a little bit more of a sharpness to them. Aww, my little kitten just came up here and gave me a kiss. That was so cute. Okay, and then I have them in this bright orange color, and these are juicy bright orange. Love them, but we are talking super bright. So if you like really bright juicy colors, these guys are for you. Now you could tone them down with some earthy tones and they wouldn't read quite so bright, but if you like tropical flowers, these are it. And so these are a bright orange with a really heavy gold finish on it. And again, they are in that sharper, pointier bellflower design. Woohoo! Kimberly, you and the sea turtles, that sounds like a good beach day. What we do is we just don't go to the beach on the weekends. We just wait till the weekday and go when the crowd's all gone. Okay, guys, I have a little bit of fire polish that I wanted to share with you guys, just a few colors. And so I have purple, and these are 4 millimeters. So if you guys made the bracelet last week, these are the same size. So I have these in purple. I have them in a blue-green that have a white coating underneath. Well, they're white glass with the color on top. And so they have like this cool speckly finish to them. Do you see that? I really like that. And then we have a copper with a metallic finish. And these are matte. So they're a matte orange glass with a kind of like a bronzy pewter finish. Lots of things going on in this set. And then we have a gray glass with copper finish on them, and these are also matte. And I just have a few strands of this one, so I'm sure those will sell out very quickly. So, oh yeah, this one does look like that Lamar, doesn't it? Yes. Similar feel for sure. Now, let me throw all this to the side for Vanjie to put away later. I have some Super Duo mixes again, and I've put together this really cool purple, blue, and orange with a little bit of pink thrown in to match my tiger lilies. How beautiful is that? So I'm going to show you guys a quick little necklace pattern with this. I told you guys I wanted to make a necklace with one of these long beads, and so that's what we're going to whip up today. And I'm going to do this pretty quickly. Not an in-depth tutorial, but this is the 20 gauge parawire from Vintage, and so I have about 4 or 5 inches here of that. Let me grab my tools. All right, I'm going to slip this through. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm going to do a jump ring on this side. Just feel like that'll work out better for me. And I have a little oval jump ring that I'm going to use to start this with. Isn't that a beautiful palette, guys? And something like, I don't know, I don't always think of purple and orange together, but it really does work. It has like that sunset kind of feel to it. Okay, so sticking on this little oval jump ring that I have. I mean, fighting with this oval jump ring that I have. That doesn't happen to you guys, does it? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna like this better. And then I'm gonna do the wire work on the bead and attach it to the jump ring. And I think that'll be a better fit. I'm gonna close that jump ring up better, but I'm gonna have to open it to get my piece on. Okay, so I don't recommend using a jump ring on these pendants. You need to make a bail with 20 gauge wire, just because you don't want to put pressure on the hole and have it break with the jump ring. And so I've just seen that happen too many times, and I think it's better to avoid it. I have about 2 inches on this side and the remaining 3 to 4 inches. I guess that's a 6-inch piece. So I am gonna fold or pull this one to the front and wrap it around twice around my large piece here. And I'm going to trim this off. Pinch in that little tail. And now I'm going to make a loop. And I'm going to have my loop side to side since my jump ring is front to back. And I'm going to grab onto my jump ring and I'm going to fold it around my my first 2 wraps so that I can get that messy wrap look going. And I'm turning it around here to the front so I can see where the wire is. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, my little kitten is up here and she's so happy she just started snoring. And she cracked me and Vanjie up, and she's like sitting up and falling asleep. That was too cute. Oh, too sweet. That's my little Franny. She's a calico. And adorable. And very bossy. Okay, so just kind of use my pliers to move the wire around a little bit so that it lays nicely. And I'm going to... Do I like that? Do I not like that? Or do I want it? Just the straight connection. Questioning everything. Yeah, I think I'm going to redo that real quick. Too many jump rings. Too many connections. I would have to like integrate the jump ring and it just wasn't working. So let's ignore all that. I'm going to do this really quickly because you guys already know all of the steps. All right. Oh, Kimberly watched the Color Wheel episode again, and she loved everything, the smatterings of education from an artist. That's right, I really do try to share as much as I can. Can you see the kitten, Barbara? No, I'm afraid not, because then I would have to show you my messy desk, and that would just be too shameful. I would not want you to see the chaos that is currently happening here today. There's a reason I only show my hands on Fridays, because we have created up a storm in here. There are bead trays flying everywhere, orders being filled, beads being tied, and a little cat resting in the middle of all of it. Pushing her luck, seeing how close she can get to the action. She inches closer and closer to Vanjie every few seconds until Vanjie has to push her away. Okay, tighten that up, and now I'm going to pull this one. I'm going to make a really big loop, but I'm not going to close it. I'm just going to start it. Slip on my piece here. So that has a really big loop attached to it, and I'm going to just make sure that can move around a little. Push that down, and now I'm going to wrap tightly around that wrap on the bottom. Oh, cat got kicked off the table. She was being too curious and getting into the beads. Okay. So I'm just wrapping a few times more. Just want it to look pleasant. Like there's not a rule or anything. I just want to have a nice even wrap on the bottom. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Yeah. I'll post a picture of Franny in my in the Humblebeads VIP group for you guys, and you can see her cuteness. She is the cutest little thing in the world. Okay, there we go. Liking that much better. All right, now I'm going to repeat on the top, and I'm going to be adding a jump ring on the top. And the top I'm going to do just a simple bail again. So I'm going to stick this through, pull that one up, pull this one around to the front, and I'm going to wrap around 2 times tightly. I'm going to use my pliers, push that down just a little bit, cut it off. And now I'm going to make a loop on the top, and this loop is going to be going front to back also. All right. Okay, guys, here we go. Gotta get that little tail tucked in so it's not hanging out where it doesn't need to be hanging out. Now this is a 17mm rope jump ring. One of those things I use on everything. Okay. Now I have 2 8mm 6x8mm rondelles in a pumpkin color, and I'm going to do a little wire work on the bottom to attach them, and then I'm going to do some knotting with super duos, with these super duos on the top. Okay, so what are your guys' 4th of July plans? Tell me about it. Tell me your 4th of July plans, and I'll pick one of your comments, a random comment, and give you a $20 gift certificate. I like it when people talk to me. I want to say, like, I'm going to be outdoors and do all these outdoor things, but you know what I really want to do? I really want to watch Stranger Things this weekend and see the finale. Sometimes just being lazy and sitting on the couch in the air conditioning Sounds like a really good way to spend the day. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna grab more like a 6 inches. I cut my string off just a little bit. Stephanie's going to her friend's house to see her gorgeous garden. My garden's a little straggly still. I feel like I just started it. It's okay, I'll have lots of fall blooms this year. Lisa's staying home with her dogs that are afraid of the fireworks. Yes, our cats aren't happy with the fireworks either. Oh, Eugenia, a getaway by the sea. That sounds perfect. Ooh, Susan, you have an art show this weekend. I wish you very many sales and lots of positive interactions and good weather. Jonalyn, your husband's all on board for the pool party. Sounds perfect. Oh, Bonnie, you're crafting while you wait for the COVID results. Darn it. That's not what you wanted. Well, the crafting's a nice way to spend the holiday weekend, but I hope you guys feel better soon. We've definitely had our fair share of those days this year. Dale, you have a quiet weekend. Catching up. Sometimes it's really nice to just piddle around the house and not have anything to do. I know I like that. Oh, look at you guys here. I thought I was just talking to myself, and I have so many of you watching and listening. Yay! Sue's going to be cross-stitching. I love that. I know that's one of your other crafts. Dawn, you waited till this weekend to go to the grocery store? Oh no. I would just pay someone to go shopping for me. Ooh, and you're going to do some enameling. I'd love to see your enamel work. So much fun. And just making messy wraps on the... Whoa, I almost cut off that. Get all excited. Maybe it is better that I pay a little bit of attention here. Okay. Aw, Christine, you live in a historic little town. Love it. And you guys have fireworks over the lake every year. That is really nice. They do a big firework display in our town too. And this year is the first year back since the pandemic, so everyone is really chomping at the bit to have fun down at the beach. Oh, Barbara, you're gonna spend the weekend with your grandson. I love that. I love that he just knew he needed to be with you. Nothing like getting spoiled by Grandma. Oh no, Bonnie. Yeah, COVID should definitely stay in Vegas. That's not fun. Okay, got my two little pieces here. Kathy's working on jewelry and going to watch the fireworks. Julianne is going to spend a quiet weekend. That sounds really nice, you guys. I love all your plans. Okay, 2-ply wax linen. I'm going to cut about 18 inches here. Let's attach these guys before I get too far along. I'm going to open this up, slip these guys on the side. When I was a kid, my favorite thing to do was to go watch the parade on our main street downtown. And now that I'm older and the heat's not as much fun as when you're a kid and they're not throwing candy at your face anymore. Parades just don't seem quite that appealing to me, but I loved parades. I loved playing with sparklers. I was never one for the big fireworks, but I did like the sparklers and a cookout, and then watching the fireworks on the beach, listening to the waves in between the fireworks going off. That was like my ideal childhood 4th of July, and I suppose that's what everyone comes to town here for now. But now my ideal 4th of July is a cookout at home with my family, and that sounds really nice. Okay, this is the 2-ply wax linen. It's thin, so it only has 2 strands, and this is a scrap from a paper bag, and you're going to pinch it along. Ooh, kind of caught on my scissors here. Pinch it along as you pull it, and you're going to do that 2 times, and this is going to polish the wax linen. It's going to help your beads slide down a little bit smoother, and it's going to avoid that waxy buildup that happens when you push beads down. We have this house about a block from us, and I don't know if anyone lives there on a regular basis or if it's just a weekend vacation home, but during 4th of July weekend they have like this huge backyard that's fenced in, and there's a tiki bar in their backyard. You can see it from the road, and I think people just come and camp out in their backyard for the weekend, and it's like this huge party place, and they do a huge fireworks display that we can see from our house. I did a lark's head knot there, in case you guys were wondering. I did that a little quick, but yeah, so we call that camp. I don't want to say the name of the streets and you'll know where I live. But it's a pretty crazy house, and so yes. Oh, Stephanie, I love that you have a little sassy corgi named Tallulah. That cracks me up. Okay, cornerless spacer. It's faceted. This is a 4mm, and we are putting these back on the website today. And they're copper plated. I'm going to string one on both of these wires. And tie both of the strands together. Push the knot down nice and tight, and now I'm going to get to the end here, and I'm going to twist both my wires in the direction that they are naturally twisting, so that I can have a nice tight ends here for my pieces to go down. I'm going to slide the Super Duo. Super Duos have 2 holes. They're glass beads, and we're going to put the first one through both of the strands, and then we're going to do 1 bead on each side. And then 1 more on both strands. Oh, and this is a good point. I try not to repeat combinations or beads in each little cluster, so I have purple, and purple here is the same dark purple, so I'm just going to grab a different color, because even though I say you're randomly stringing, I am still trying to mix lights and darks, mattes with clear or opaque glass. Like, I'm still mixing it up and making sure I'm not repeating things. Okay, so I'm going to do this 2 more times, maybe 3. Pull out a little sampling of all the colors here. So now I'm gonna put 1 on each side. So it's 1 on each side, 1 in the middle, 1 on each side, 1 in the middle. Well, both strands. Shouldn't say the middle. There we go. Make sure you guys can see that nice and clearly. And then 1 on each side again. And 1 in the middle. Now, if you're doing this and you're really struggling to get the beads on, you probably are using 4mm. And you can just take the end and unwind your strands, and if there's 4 little strands together, then you know you're using 4-ply, and you'll need to grab your 2-ply. Okay, so I have 4 that are on both strands and 3 sets that are on the sides, and I'm going to tie a knot. And I'm going to, oh, here they are. No, you didn't need to see my little bag. I'm going to grab another one of these spacers, slip this on, and do another knot. And now I'm going to grab one of the 12mm flowers in that purple color that I showed you guys earlier. Dale asked, what stringing material am I using? Dale, this is the 2-ply waxed linen. So, you know, when you unravel it, it only has 2 strands. And so that's how you know if you're using 2-ply or 4-ply. So this is 2-ply waxed linen is what I'm using. If you're going to be using super duos or seed beads of any kind, you want to use the 2-ply so that you can get them through the strand. Now I'm going to grab 1 strand is going to be what I string the flower on, and then I'm going to tie the 2 knots together, or the 2 strands together. So I want the flower to be in the front, and then the extra thread is on the back. And we're going to tie a knot in this. Bonnie, I'm going to put those beads in the shop right after I get done here, so they'll probably be in the shop by, I'm going to say 5 o'clock to be safe, because I got to take photos, and even though there's not that many, sometimes it takes me a while. I don't know, sometimes I'm slower than I think I'm going to be. Okay, adding another spacer. And then I'm going to repeat my little bead clusters here. And this would also work as a bracelet design, you guys. So you could do alternating of the flowers and these little clusters for a nice bracelet. Okay. So you're going to start by stringing both threads through the bead, and then you're going to do 1 on each side. And then the third one's going to go on both of them. I was trying to be slick and not have to push my beads down too far, but that didn't work. And I'm going to repeat 1 on each side, so just alternating the pattern, 1 in the middle, 1 on each side, and trying to mix up the colors, the finishes, not randomly, but it is random, but there's a method to my madness here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Even though I say random, I'm still conscious of each bead that I'm putting down, and if it's repeating or not repeating, so that it looks flawlessly random, even though it's been planned out. And sometimes these super duos will have a hole that's not drilled in it, so you can use it, and usually it's just on one side, so you can set that aside and use it for the next little cluster if you run into that problem, since you only are using one hole on those sides. Oh, I messed up my pattern here. Thought something felt off. So let's try that again. Hi, Marlene, I'm sorry, watching from New Hampshire. Almost did it again, you guys. I'm so glad you guys could join me on holiday weekend. I really appreciate that. I know sometimes we get to take off early and go have fun. Not the case here today. We'll be working until 5:30 as usual. So this is actually a nice, enjoyable break for me. I really like having a few minutes to make jewelry and do the creative part of my business, which is the jewelry creation. Always fun to come up with a new design or a variation on an older design. I have quite a few super duo and wax linen projects on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go through and see other ones that are different variations of this. Okay, so I've put that spacer on. I'm not going to repeat the flower. I'm only going to do the flower on the bottom just to give it some visual weight, pulling it down. And then I'm going to do 3 more of these guys. Or, excuse me, 2 more of these guys of the little clusters. And then I'm going to attach this to another jump ring. And then I'm going to finish the rest of the necklace off with chain. I'm not going to do the whole necklace like this because, one, I don't think you need to. You would just be wasting a lot of energy and time for something you're not really going to see. And the chain just adds a nice look to it too. Do they make Uno beads? I'm not sure if they have the same shape in one hole, Kim. That's a great question. Sometimes these little check-shaped beads are a mystery to me. But I don't know if they have just one hole with the same shape. I know the little design of this is called Super Duos because they have 2 holes. Again, trying to be careful with what colors I'm using. Making sure I'm adding in enough variety on each little cluster. Okay. Nicole, I live in West Michigan in South Haven. I don't have a shop or anything. Everything's online. We work from our home. But South Haven is my beloved hometown. I grew up here, moved away for many years, and moved back to Michigan about 10 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. And we bought this house about 5 years ago, and I love it. I live just close enough to downtown, but not right next to downtown. I actually live in the same neighborhood that I grew up in, so that's super fun. Sometimes I actually accidentally drive to my old house because it's only a block away, and I space out, and I'm like, ooh, wrong road. Okay, well, that's only happened once, but it's one of those things my family likes to tease me about now. Okay, moving right along here. This is my last little cluster, and I just wanted to get to this point where I'm going to attach it to the jump ring so that you guys can see how to do that. And so this Super Duo mix, I have a few of them that I'll be adding back into the shop today. These are like little custom mixes that I've done with my own little color combinations for you guys. I have a really nice, pretty green color one. It's called Greenery. So that's what we have. We have a little flower petal inspired one that has all sorts of pretty colors in it. And so I'll be adding a few of those back to the website today. Restocks are always fun. Next week we're going to have a big huge restock of lots of beads and lots of new beads. We've been ordering some new goodies, and I can't wait for them to get here and get them all ready for you guys. I'll probably do them in 2 or 3 weeks of adding them to the website just because there's so many. Okay, last one. Gonna tie this up. Making sure I tie my knot down really tightly. I'm going to add on another of these little spacers. And this goes onto both the strands. The holes are a little bit larger. Okay. Gotta get that. Yes, Lisa, we're 30 minutes away from Holland. That's actually where my mom is staying in the rehab center in Holland, so we'll be heading up this weekend to keep her entertained a little. I feel like that one, the hole needed to be cleaned out a little. Okay, got my last bead on. I'm gonna tie a knot here. Nice and tight, make sure there's no space. And now I'm going to grab my 9mm jump ring. And these are the etched ones that we carry in the shop. And I'm just gonna close this up nice and tight. And now I'm going to separate the two strands. No, let's see, how do I want to do this? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the two strands through here, pull them down nice and tight here, and now I'm going to wrap each strand around again on either side of the first string. So that one's going to go on that side, and this one's going to wrap around the ring on this side, so that I have 4 strands holding on there, so it's nice and secure. And now I'm going to set this down and tie the knot in the front. really tight, and then I'm going to turn it over. The thing is, I try to get the most secure knot with the least visual mess. So I think the system works pretty well. And I'm going to tie one more time here in the front. I'm going to give this guy a little tiny haircut, and I'm going to just leave a little bit of the strands hanging out. Just let them fly around nice and free. And now I'm going to attach a chain to this on that side, on the top here, to the length that I want. And that is going to be my necklace. So what do you guys think? Oh, Lisa, let's plan to get together. You're going to be just a half hour away. We should come down and have lunch or something. Send me an email when you're ready. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to repeat the other side and then attach the chain. And I have the coolest dress that are exactly these colors. And this is what I'm wearing this weekend. Yeah, Susan, we love this house. It's a huge fixer-upper because that's the kind of house you can afford in this town. So little by little, we've been fixing it up. Oh, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this design. I am going to go add the other beads to the website now, and we will I'll put on Facebook when they're ready, so you don't have to keep going to the website seeing if I've gotten them up yet, because sometimes it takes me a little bit longer than I think it's going to. All right, you guys have a super fun weekend. Hope it's relaxing, hope it's peaceful, hope it's filled with people you love. Have a great time. I will see you guys on Wednesday for Bead Table Wednesday. We're going to be going over the July color of the month, the color challenge, and I'll be posting that color challenge in my Humblebeads VIP group later today too, if you want a sneak peek, and we'll be announcing the winner in there also. So make sure you join that Humblebeads VIP party group so you guys can have fun with us over there. And then we have the kits for the next Great Bead Extravaganza event, which is next month. It's already almost here. Can we just take a moment to give a WTF? How is it already July 1st? Time just flies by. So see you guys on Wednesday for our